Hey guys, it's Mathel here once again, and I've got the follow-up video for what is pretty unanimously the character of the league so far for my Harvest League, and that is the Cast on Crit Bow Bladefall Blade Blast Pathfinder. Like I mentioned in the previous video, Assassin might potentially be better, but Pathfinders tend to be a stronger character if your character has enough damage and has enough well-roundedness to it already, because at that point it's just pure profit to have flasks being up just about all of the time and also being immune to ailments while having a bit of reduced damage from the Pathfinder ascendancy as well. And overall it's got enough damage, so I'm not too sure Assassin is necessary. It'll probably be a bit faster, maybe you can get more damage so then you can build into some more defense, but this character definitely has enough damage, and thus Pathfinder feels really good to play because there's plenty of fights where I just could run around and mash flasks non-stop and not really worry about it. The main things that come to mind are the Harvest boss encounters, like the double T4 sort of spawns where you have two really thick bosses. I'm not even really keeping track of my flasks there. I'm just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5ing pretty much non-stop, since it is a fairly long encounter sometimes when they start spawning their ads and you don't really know if you've got the flasks or not. Well, doesn't matter. Pathfinder doesn't give a shit. You just mash your flasks and it works. So overall I was pretty happy with my choice of Pathfinder, though I'm not sure in the future it'll be as easy to build something like a Pathfinder for this setup, because maybe the gear won't be quite as easily accessible. I did go over in the previous video how to get all of this sort of gear, and Harvest Crafting just straight up carries the gearing process for just about all of our slots, and I didn't even finish min-maxing in the end. My amulet still had crap crit multi, never got a level 21 blade blast, and Jules could have been slightly better, didn't really use many good ones anyway, but you could have gone harder, you could go a little bit more min-max. Overall I did pretty much as I could, and for the most part it is Blade Blast doing the damage. So I did remove Spell Cascade level 19 and add in Spell Cascade level 1 for our bladefall setup, just so that we can have our blades closer together for the Blade Blast explosions. And you should also notice that I've got Herald of Ice in the build instead of Herald of Ash. It was roughly the same damage. If you've got a 20 quality Herald of Ice, replacing the Herald of Ash, it's pretty much the same damage. So honestly, you can pick whatever you want for aesthetic purposes. Maybe you like Herald of Ash MTX more, but Herald of Ice just fits the theme a bit more closely, since it's all cold damage. But damage-wise, I don't think it really makes a difference, or clear speed-wise, for what those two heralds add. This is me fighting 3 T4s at once, which was kind of a mistake, since those yellow T4s do spawn that ground under you, and I completely forgot. So spawned the ground under me, couldn't move, and got shit on by the Flame Bloods. I kind of forgot that would happen, and just, yeah, that's one of the only real examples of a proper death on this character. I died a couple of times to just like standing around or being stupid, but actual deaths are really quite rare. Like once I was up and running with this dude, and that was one of them, but it was just kind of a dumb one since I was going all in on some T4 action. For the most part, none of these boss fights really did anything or were particularly hard. I did also incorporate Val RF into the setup, just as a extra sort of burst damage button, as you can see. And I did try out Bladefall with Arcanist brand, unless I've got more sockets to attach like Spell Cascade and maybe Swift brand or some shit. I don't think it's really worth doing, so in the end my gear had just 1 spare gem slot, and I used Val RF and didn't do any additional Bladefall shenanigans from Arcanist brand or anything like that. But you can still play around with that if you want to. It'll only really ever be used for single target, and you can also do a totem setup, which would be similar, but once again, pretty not necessary and only really used for single target. But you can see just how well we shred some of the content, and something like Chimera is a really good example of why Pathfinder is strong as well, because in most other characters I don't really press flasks during these phases since you can't reliably get them back up, whereas Pathfinder will be chugging flasks the entire time, and you have them back up non-stop. So anyway, this is my first Cirrus kill for the character. I'll leave you with that. I did kill him 2 or 3 times, I think. This one had a bit more fun involved, so we'll leave you with the bit more fun. It went pretty smooth though, and as did most boss encounters, definitely build of the league. We'll see if we can top it in the future. But thank you very much for watching, and see you guys next time. Pretty sure I can face tank most things without having to worry about dodging stuff. As if I'm close enough to that. God, I actually can't see anything if he's gonna like throw ground attacks and stuff. I just have to assume they're coming and try and dodge. Music's too loud too. I didn't hear him say die. Nope. 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 Ah! Nope. This is fine. How did he know? Ah, for fuck's sake. It's one vortex that won't piss off as being annoying. I'm gonna go huge because, I don't know, I think it's the right move. Not really that huge. It was okay. Because I clicked like just on the inside, it backed me back into it. Fucking love that. Clearly got out of it, and then it's like, nope, run straight back in. So I hope I'm fine. Alright, turns out it's fine. All in all, pretty good Cirrus kill. Can't complain. That went great.
I'm sorry. Cirrus.
Can I actually get somewhere with these gloves for a change? No. I even shift clicked the vials just in case there'd be more than one fucking click. Nope. Random suffix. Well, that was a negative 10% XP Cirrus. That's what I earned from that fight. Minus 10% XP.